Hey, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. I wanted to come on, wish you guys a happy Mother's Day, and do some surprise readings and messages from Spirit. So I'll wait for a few of you to join me. Yeah. uh, Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. I'm so used to being like this time on Mondays that I'm on here, which I will be tomorrow as well, of course. But I just wanted to, yeah, I just wanted to celebrate. I know many people have lost their moms. I know many moms on earth who are struggling. So I thought it would just be a nice thing for all of us to get together for a little bit and do something uplifting and bring some healing and, all of that awesome stuff. So feel free to share my video. That would be amazing. It is always a pleasure to have more people on here because, let's help the messages define their home and also just have a really friggin' good time because I absolutely love being here with all of you guys every Monday and Friday. And I truly, truly appreciate it. So I see some comments coming in from Facebook and YouTube. We are also live on Instagram, I think. Let me check. Supposed to be. We're supposed to be live on Instagram. Let's find out. Yes, apparently we're live on Instagram as well. Okay, good. So yeah, let's get started. So if you haven't been on one of my lives before, basically the way that I work is I will tune into Spirit and I'll bring through messages and information with evidential mediumship for people who are watching or who may watch later. There have been many times where messages were claimed after the live with people watching the replay. So thank you to everybody who validates the messages. It's always super awesome that, I get to know that the messages found their home. Because when I do readings, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. I just basically bring through whatever Spirit shows me, whether it be, something auditory or visual or feelings or whatever. Sometimes it smells and tastes. Yeah, that's how I work. All right. With that said, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing my live, that would be absolutely wonderful and amazing. And if you haven't already followed my page or subscribed or whatever Instagram is, I think it's follow as well, then that would be absolutely wonderful. All right, let me tune into Spirit and we'll see what comes through. So I'm asking that my spirit guides, my angels, my loved ones step forward to help me bring through messages and information for people from their loved ones, spirit guides, and angels. And let's see what we got going on. So, message number one, I am getting a female coming in from Spirit. She does come through as a mother figure for somebody who's either watching now or will watch later. I feel like she passed away from cancer. And when I'm asking her what type, she's showing me pancreas, or that may be what it affected the most by the end of her life. She's also saying that a big component to her passing was also a significant lung infection. She is wanting to talk about someone. This is a strange name. I don't think it's Jason, but I hear J and then Lan. So I'm even going to go with Jalen or a name similar to that. I feel like I'm not quite getting the name, but that is sort of what I'm getting. She's also showing me the number 3 and the month of November is important to her. She's saying whoever she's coming forward for has just been redoing or planning a redo of their kitchen. She's also talking about a young man who is alive that is connected to her that is going through significant trouble. And I don't feel like this is outward trouble. I feel like this is inward trouble, things that he's struggling within himself about. And she wants him to know that she loves him no matter what, and that she's also with him. The woman in Spirit comes forward from a very good place. She's very, very, very much at peace. I get the feeling that she is definitely watching over the family. She's also talking about a pregnancy that had been lost, and she wants you to know that this child is there with her. She's showing me daisies and a gravestone, and I'm not sure if that means that you bring her daisies or something like that, but she's showing me daisies and a gravestone. So that was message number 1. Message number 2, I'm getting a very older, I don't want to call her an old lady, but a much older female coming in from Spirit. So this to me feels like she would have been elderly at her time of passing. I also want to say that she's very connected to the month of August. I also want to say that she's very connected to someone named Court or Courtney, who I believe to be alive. She's also got a dog with her in Spirit, and the dog sort of looks to me like a golden retriever or like a big lighter colored dog. I also get the feeling that at her time of passing, it was it was just sort of like old age complications she's showing me. She's giving me the feeling of having major kidney failure or kidney problems. She's also talking about liver problems or liver issues. I also want to say that she was somebody that loved learning about the world, and she's specifically showing me maps. So I'm going to say something important to her with geography, but she is bringing that through. She does have a lot of love for you. She is letting you know that you aren't alone. She's laughing and saying the word fireplace, and she's laughing. And I don't know exactly why, but if this makes sense to somebody who's watching either during the live or if it makes sense to you later, please let me know. She's talking about Tom or Thomas, and she's putting a heart around that name. When I wrote the name out, there was a big heart around it. And I feel like she is truly, truly, truly supporting all of you from the other side, which is a beautiful thing. So that was message number 2. Message number 3, I just heard Annette. And she is stepping forward. So I feel like Annette is the lady that's coming forward. I also feel like she's connected very strongly with the month of July, as well as February, March time, or end of February, beginning of March. I also want to say that she's connected to a female who is alive that has recently had scary news to do with her health. I get the feeling that the scariness is like lower part of the body, but not legs. Like I could go with like pelvic area, something like that. You've had scary news or something like that coming up. And she wants you to know that you're going to get through it. You're going to be okay. She says everything will change for you in the month of August. And she's showing me also the number 7. And I think it's the 7th of August. She's showing me that there's something important like that. And it feels like a medical appointment or something that will bring a lot of peace. So that was message number 3. There we go. Let's see. Let's do message number 4. Message number 4, I'm actually getting a man coming in from Spirit. I'm getting a man coming in for a woman who is watching. I feel like this man was not very old at his time of passing. I would place him like middle-aged or slightly over middle-aged, but the way he's coming in is that he feels like a husband figure, and I also feel like he's walking forward with a flower for you because it's Mother's Day. So to me, this is also saying that you are a mother. He is talking about his end of life. He is giving me the feeling of having a heart attack, but also having a heart attack in a vehicle, or having a heart attack while a vehicle is moving or something like that. I also feel like at the time of his passing, they didn't fully understand exactly what had happened because I think that it looked like an accident, but then it turned out that it was his heart that had given out, and then the accident happened after that or during that process. He wants you to know that he so loves you very much. He is also saying that even though the young man, so I think it's your son, always has his earphones in, he will always hear the man that is stepping forward. So I'm not really sure if that means that the young man who's alive is having like visitations or experiences, or if he's just letting you know that he is still able to, send him love, communicate with him, even though he's kind of isolating himself. I also just heard Barry, like Barry. I'm not sure if that's the place, a person, or what have you, but I heard the name Barry or the word Barry. And he just sends you a lot of love. He's also showing me small purple flowers out back, and he's saying out back, and he's showing me small purple flowers and a big smile on his face. That was message number 4. Message number 5, I am getting a young man coming in from Spirit. This is somebody who's passed on, and young in this sense, I feel would be, like late teens or in his 20s. I just heard Jeff, so that could either be his name or somebody else important to him on earth or in spirit. He is coming forward for a mother figure. He is acknowledging that you feel like you've lost your faith, that you feel like you just don't believe in anything anymore, and he wants you to know that it's important that you heal that in whatever way you feel drawn. He is also he's bringing me to a big brown chair in a living room, and I can see like a cross stitch thing, and it looks like it's not finished or it needs to be repaired. He is talking about that as a sign that he is around you. He is also talking, this is so weird, he's saying that you need to throw the orange juice out. He says throw the orange juice out, and he's showing me like an expiry date of April 12th. I'm not sure why, but he's bringing this through. I feel like he's trying to bring through things so that like if you have that that cross stitch thing that's in disrepair near a big brown chair in your living room, and then you go over to the kitchen, you open the cupboard or the fridge, and you see that there's orange juice in there that expired April 12th, then the rest of this fits, then it's you. And I think the reason he's bringing through so many physical things is that you really know he's with you, that you really know he's around you. He's also talking about the ring that you have sitting in the jewelry box. It's actually, he's showing me on top of the jewelry box. The jewelry box looks reddish brown, and he is saying that it's broken and it's just sitting on top, that you haven't fixed it. It's just sitting there and it's broken. He is in such a good place. He wishes you a happy Mother's Day, and he is truly at peace, definitely still with you. He's asking you to shift your energy, to shift your environment, to find your faith again, to work on those things. And he's saying that will bring you a lot of peace. So that was message number 5. In case anybody's wondering what I write, I just basically scribble while I'm reading for 2 reasons. 1, it helps me concentrate, and 2, it stops me from watching the chat, because when I do that, I get lost every single time. So let's see where we are going next. All right, I'm getting another elderly female coming in. She's coming in with a walker. So to me, this is my symbol, at least for mobility problems or a mobility issue. She's also giving me jaw pain, which to me is saying that she could not feed herself very well or eat very well at the end of life. She's saying the word Indian summer. And so I feel like this could mean that she's connected or maybe even passed away around November or something like that. That's usually when we get sort of a second wave of summer here sometimes, that she's bringing that through. She is also talking about the big brown book that you have, the big brown book that you have that belonged to her. It has gold writing on it. She's showing me gold writing on it. And then I just heard Harry or Harriet. I don't think that's her name. I think it's somehow connected to the book. She is also wanting you to know that she was with you when you were going through the health issues across your chest area. She wants you to know that she's been watching over you. She guided you through that, and she also guided the medical people to be able to actually help you. That's why they said that's why it seemed like it wrapped up, she says, but then they called you back. It was because of her, because she was harassing them from the other side, she's telling me. And she's in such a good place. She sends you a lot of love as she's stepping back. That was message number 6. Let's see where we're going next. Message number 7, I am getting an older man coming in, so he feels elderly to me. He's showing up in a uniform, which to me means that he served in the military. I also want to say that he was from a very, very, very small village, and I'm so drawn to overseas for me. So to me, I can't go to England. I've got to go to almost like Scotland or Ireland, which I understand are completely different places. But from sitting in Canada and never having been there, to me, I think of them as really cute, small places with hard to understand accents. But he is showing me that originally, at least, he was from a very small coastal village or a very small coastal town. He served in the military. He's bringing me to the 12th of a month that's important to him. He's also bringing me to the month of December that's important to him. He's talking about Lily. Could be Lillian, but Lily. He is talking about March. And it's weird though, because he said March hare. He didn't just say March. He said March hare. I'm not really sure how to interpret it, but he is bringing that through. He is saying that you need to water the herb in the kitchen. He says you need to water the herb in the kitchen, the one near the window or on the windowsill. He says the front of it looks great and the back of it looks like it's dying. And so he's bringing that in for you. He is also talking about the room that you sleep in. He's showing me your bed. He's showing me unevenness in a way that is not good for you. He's showing me headaches or back pain, or both headaches and back pain, and that this is not helping. It's kind of making it harder for it to get better or whatever. And then I'm saying Riley or Raleigh. It was almost like both, or Roland and Riley, something like that, are 2 names that he is coming through as well. So again, they could be on spirit, on earth, in spirit on earth. I'm honestly not sure. That was message number 7. Message number 8. I'm getting a young female coming in from spirit. I feel like she would have been under 40 for sure at her time of passing, and I got to place her over 20. The reason it's hard for me to tell her age is because age is something I have to try and feel. I feel like she sort of acted young, but wasn't. That's my feeling. I feel like she had a lot of fire right up until the very end of her life, but I feel like she wasn't. I see red hair. I see that she had a big smile, very magnetic eyes, and she's laughing, saying she was a pain in the ass constantly to like everybody, but she's laughing about it. I also feel like her life was very, very hard. She is showing me her life was taken from her. I feel like it was blamed on sort of one thing, but it was actually something else. I feel like it was not something that she was really responsible for, but I feel like people said that she was responsible for her passing. She says I wasn't. She's giving me the feeling her passing came because of somebody else. Her life was taken from her. She's showing me young children. I feel like she's got kids alive on Earth who are young. I feel like there's at least two, if not three. And no, she says the third one's with her. So there's two on Earth that she's around. She is bringing in a lot of love for them. She's talking about one of them having like social issues and I think even academic issues. She is bringing that through. She is wanting him to know that she's comforting him. She does hear him all the time when he speaks to her, which is a lot, especially at night in his room next to the rocket ship near the bear. And the bear is not a stuffed animal. The bear, I think, is like a figurine or something like that because it feels hard in my hand. I don't feel like it's soft or plushy. The other child, she says that she's not even worried about that one. She says that she's definitely with them. She's definitely sending them a lot of love, but she's not giving me the feeling of this sort of deep, intense grief that the first child is going through. So she sends a lot of love to them as she steps back. Oh, wait. And she thanks a woman who she was very connected to for helping take care of her children. She's very, very thankful for you and your help in taking care of the children. Okay, we got a validation. Wow, my father was military. I've been having headaches and back pain. I was born in France, was born at the first of the year. Hubby's birthday is end of the year. I will water the plants. All right, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Let's see where we're going next. I'm going to come into the chat for a minute and see what you guys are all saying. And if you guys wouldn't mind sharing my live, that would be super amazing. Truly, truly appreciate that always. I'm going to come to you, Kristen. It says, my boyfriend's mom passed quite a few years ago. He has struggled ever since. Any connection with her would literally be life-changing for him. And I, to be honest. Okay. So what I can do, message number 9 will be for Kristen Lynn and her boyfriend. So I can do my best to bring his mom through, but I will intend that it's her. If it's another woman that shows up either for you or for him, I apologize, but let's see what we get. So I am getting a woman coming in. She feels to me like she had a really vibrant personality, like somebody that just sort of sparkled, but I feel like she had an edge to her as well. I don't think that she was like always super happy and sparkly. I think that she could even rage sparkle, whatever that means. I also feel like when she passed away, there was something majorly affecting her lung area. I can't really go to heart. I think it's mostly lung area. And I also am so drawn to the pack of cigarettes sitting on the table here. So to me, this could even be from smoking or something like that. I get the feeling that at her end of life, it went down very quickly. She is giving me the feeling that at the end of her life, she really couldn't communicate. She was sort of in and out, she was saying. When people try and talk to her, it was like she just rolled her eyes and turned over. But she says that was the exhaustion. It had nothing to do with the love she felt for the people that were there or anything like that. She's bringing me to the month of April is important to her. So again, this could be birth, death, or something else of significance. She's also talking about his knee. So if he's got knee pain or whatever, she's sending healing to that. And she's also talking about depression with him and in general, not just related to her, but in general, and how he doesn't feel good enough, that he's constantly sort of second guessing himself and just not feeling like he fits that he's up to par with things in his life. And she says, take that pile of crap and throw it away. And she's basically saying that, he is amazing. He is wonderful. And all the things that she hoped he would be, he is, which is a good person with a lot of love. He's compassionate. He loves the people that are in his life. And those are the only things she ever cared about. There's a man coming in all of a sudden as well here, and he comes in as older than your boyfriend, or maybe it's for you, but either way, this man comes in as older, and he's walking forward with a baseball glove, and he's setting it down on a table, and he's sitting down and he's got a big smile on his face. I also feel like he had issues with one of his hands, so I don't know if he just couldn't use it or it was damaged or injured or something like that. But he is showing me that, and he says, "I'm proud of you." He says, "I'm proud of you. I'm proud of who you've become." Then all of a sudden, he reached into his pocket and he grabbed a pocket knife that has like sort of wood on it, and then gold around that, and he sticks it on the table with a big smile on his face as well. Whoever this person is, he sends a lot of love to you. I feel like you would have known him more when you were younger rather than, recently. I feel like his passing is not a recent one. He is very, very, very much at peace. He is in a good place, and all of your loved ones are with you. So hopefully, Kristen Lynn, that was helpful for you and your boyfriend. All right, let's see where we are going now. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, but the way that I do this is I scroll up and down until I find where I feel like I'm supposed to go. Let's see what we get next. All right, I am getting an older female coming in from spirit. So this is somebody who's passed on, and she comes in with, this is so weird. She's coming in with, it looks like a wheelbarrow and it's full of mason jars with things in them. So to me, this is somebody who did like canning and things like that. I get the feeling she was kind of a loud personality on Earth. I think that she was somebody that was very, very animated and very vibrant and very, very bright. I also get the feeling that her end of life came on very quickly, very suddenly, or very unexpectedly. And she's saying that that was the best thing ever for her, that it was something that allowed her to feel like she was just instantly at peace. She said she was never afraid to pass away. She's actually saying she used to joke about it a lot. Like, kind of like calling on the Grim Reaper or something like that. And she said she did it because she thought it was funny, but also because it drove people crazy. Like they thought it was bad luck or something like that. She is bringing me to the month of January is important to her. She's also bringing me to the 21st of a month as well as the 28th of a month as important to her. She is coming forward for her family on Earth. I feel like she had actually had a large family, or there's a lot of people that she's coming forward for. So she's not giving me necessarily specifics on any single one, but she is wanting you to know that she's around you guys, that she sends you a lot of love and a lot of peace, and she's very, 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 very much in a super good place. So that was message number 10. Well, guys, it is Sunday, and I'm a very happy but very tired medium already. I know we've only done a short live today, but I will be back tomorrow around 7-ish p.m., maybe 7-esque if I'm feeling fancy. But if you enjoyed my live tonight, please like and follow my page and subscribe on all of the things. And please know that even if you did not receive a message today, I want you to know that your loved ones are always around you. They're always with you. You are never alone. And I don't care, as I've said this many times, I don't care how like scary or messed up or terrifying or self-inflicted or not self-inflicted somebody's passing was, they are always okay. And if somebody was an asshole on Earth, I don't believe they take that forward with them at all. I believe when people pass away, their peace is instant. I believe that they're instantly around us. I believe that they constantly have the best interest of the people on Earth at heart. I believe that they are sincere in the way that they come through. I believe that they, even if they were jerks on Earth, I believe they send healing to the past to heal the things that they might have inflicted. So please know that your loved ones, they're always at peace. They're never jerks. They're always in a good place. I've never, ever once in my entire career had somebody show up who is an asshole. They've always been very, very, very loving and very, very kind. And I know that a lot of people want to know if their loved ones are okay after their passing, and I can promise you they are. When we hear about people having to cross over spirits, they're just crossing over residual energy. The spirit itself is always instantly in a good place. They're always instantly at peace and always instantly around us. I also want to say, guys, it's very important that if you see somebody who is telling you to message them, inbox them, anything like that, please don't do it. They are scammers. They are not welcome here. They will try to steal your credit card information and all of that stuff, and they will pretend they're trying to help. And then from what I hear, they just disappear. So please, please, please don't do that. So please, please, please don't do that. Joanne says someone is looking for info on a missing autistic child. Please watch replay. If anybody ever wants help with missing persons, because I will only work on cases that I feel drawn to, because in my experience, those are the only ones that have actually been in any way helpful. But I always do those for free, always. But I have to be contacted either by the family or the police. I cannot do it for anybody but the family or the police. It's always free of charge. Always free of charge. Missing persons, always, 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 no matter what. So if that ever is something that somebody is experiencing, please just know that I have to do it for the family or the police, and nobody else, because it's not ethical and it's not helpful, and it's actually impossible, because the way that works is I have to somebody has to be there who knows the person who's missing very, very, very well, in order for me to validate the connection, because otherwise it's, we could be throwing darts in the blind and it's not going to be very helpful. So please know that everybody is never alone, always loved, always watched over. And my wish and hope and prayer for every single one of you is that you will find peace, that you will find direct connection, direct guidance, so you don't have to keep coming to see people like me. And, obviously that puts me out of business, but I'm okay with that. If the world becomes a better place and people receive divine inspiration messages from spirit, they don't need mediums like me, I'm fucking cool with it. I really am. And I'll go find something else to do. And the reason why is I think that we are all connected. We're all connected to divinity, the universe, the world around us. Every cell in our body is in constant communication with the universe around us. We all are mediumistic in nature, even if we're not aware of it, even if we haven't consciously accessed it. We all have that capability. And so my wish is always that people will receive direct guidance as well. And I think that's important. I think it's important that people know that they are connected, that they are loved, that they can receive, these things directly. And I really believe that. I believe you can come see me if you get stuck. If you want to look at the future, sure. If you want to get messages that you're not able to get on your own or whatever, that's cool. But ultimately, I think it's, it would be an amazing world if everybody felt guided, and everybody would it be able to come from a place of love and a place of peace. Our world is a little fuckered. It's just a smidge of a shit show. And as we all know, but even under all of that, even under the pain that people express when they're being jerks and all of that, underneath all of that is a soul, and that soul is infinitely connected to divinity and the world. And even though a lot of things can get piled on top of that, and on top of our ability to be compassionate and loving and kind, even with all of that distraction from our best selves, at the underneath all of that is a heart and a soul that truly does always want the best. And that's also why I believe when people pass into spirit, and this is what spirit has shown me, when people pass into spirit, they're instantly in a good place. They're perfectly healed in spirit. So that includes crappy personality traits and everything else, because the only thing left on the end of the day, yes, their personality is still there in its most ascended form, but at the end of the day, they have they have their heart. They have their heart back. We don't carry pain forward from this world. We don't. And I really truly believe that. I believe that we do not carry pain forward, and because all crappiness in our ways of being are pain based, it would make sense that when somebody goes to spirit, they no longer carry that, because it was illness in a sense. Well, guys, I hope that each and every one of you have a beautiful and amazing and a wonderful phenomenal, stupendous, I don't know what other cool words there are, week. I will see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Daylight Time ish, here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And if you were drawn to any of the messages tonight, feel free to leave a comment on this video, or you can send a message or an email or whatever. I don't check messages on the pages, but I am very happy to receive the emails that you guys sometimes send my assistant. She does forward them to me, I promise. All right, guys, happy Mother's Day. I hope that whether your mother is on earth or in heaven, whether you're close with her or not, that you find something beautiful about this Mother's Day and know that you are always cherished, always loved, and always awesome. You guys are just always awesome. That's how I feel about you. Take care for now, and I will see you guys tomorrow.